Hey everybody, it's Magnificent Mike, and I'm here to give you the usual pep talk. I know we all need it because we can feel bad about ourselves sometimes, and that's no good. But I want to tell you, don't worry, you're okay, you're great, you're perfect, and you're going to be fine. And I want to talk about one reason why I know we're going to be fine. I I'm a Christian, and the part of Christianity I find that I like is the revelation. So it's like we good people, we're going to be saved, and all the bad people are going to be wiped away. They're going to be taken away from the world, and then we're going to have a utopia. That part I always liked that part. And it really made me want to be one of the good guys because that way I would survive and get to enjoy utopia and also the satisfaction of seeing the bad guys just wiped away. And so I love that. I even was Jehovah's Witness for a while, and now with MAGA, it's the same thing. Um, it's like all the annoying people will be removed, and then we'll have a utopia. That's what Make America Great is all about. It's a kind of utopia. It's like, you know what it reminds me of is sometimes I get stuck in traffic and I get really angry at the cars in front of me, and and I I imagine that they'd all be just vaporized. They'd just be gone. All the people in them would be gone. It would be out of my way, and I would have freedom, and I'd have joy. I'd have like I was in one of those TV car ads where you break away and you get the road all to yourself because everybody else is gone. That's what I love. And the tech bros, they get that. They get that. I think what they're trying to do, and I like it, but I also get a little nervous about it. Is they realize that we have too many people. There's too many people in the world. We don't need all these people. So I think what they're trying to do by cutting welfare and healthcare and all that stuff is just get rid of these people. And I like that as long as I'm one of the good guys. So yeah, that's why I'm MAGA and why you should be too, because that means that we get to say the big FU and win F-Utopia. A utopia where all the F heads, they're gone. They vaporized. They're gone. They're dead. And the world is left to us, just like Jehovah's Witness. The tech bros get it. Stephen Miller gets it. Trump gets it. We're going to eliminate all of the useless people, all the bad people, and all that's going to be left is us good people. And I hope I'm one. I believe I'm one that they wouldn't want to hurt me, that they'd let me survive and enjoy this utopia. So if you keep up the spirit, you'll be saved. You'll survive the great elimination of all the bad people, and then you'll get to enjoy the utopia. Make America great. That's us. That's us. Get rid of all those bad people. Yes. Stay joyful, MAGA. If you follow any of my work, you probably know this about me. I'm really interested in the general biases that humans have. You can say the shit we all do. We ornament it differently, different lifestyle brands and all of that, but it's there in all of us. So picture this. You're stuck in a traffic jam. Your mind starts wandering to a fantasy. The fantasy that all these other inconvenient cars and their inconvenient drivers going in inconvenient directions simply vaporized, and you were released into the TV car ad fantasy of the open road all for you. That's a very understandable appetite we have. If only the inconvenient people could be removed. Think about it like a bowling alley. You lift up the good people like me, you lift us up, you clear out the riffraff, and then you drop us back down into a utopia. That would be a standard human appetite. So think of how many places that's played out. Well, it's played out in Revelation for sure. The idea that there's going to be a judgment day and God will lift up the good people and he clear out the riffraff and then drop them down into a utopia. I think it's also playing out in tech bro culture. I think tech bro culture has more in common with the Jehovah's Witnesses than it notices. I'll call it plebicide. This would be the fantasy that now that we have AI and automation, we really don't need all of these people. And the sooner we purge them, the better. It's basically social Darwinism. That is, we don't really need all these people. They're not efficient. They're not good for us. Why don't we just purge them? And if we purge them, we would have a utopia. It's very much like the Jehovah's Witnesses. What would you call a system like this? Well, you call it sadomasochism, a sense that in eliminating all the riffraff. Obviously, the Nazis did a version of this too. Get rid of the Jews, the folks who happen to look like me. And then we'll have a world that goes around much more smoothly because you'll have cleared out the riffraff or the corrupting forces. That whole thing about vermin, all of that, immigrants, all those scapegoats. So you could call it sadomasochistic utopianism, but there's a more obvious name called F-Utopianism. That is, fuck you. You don't have to be here anymore. I don't want you here anymore. If we got you out of the way, what would we have? We'd have a utopia for me and my kind. That would be a pretty standard human appetite. I can relate to it. I know what it's like to be stuck in traffic, wishing that all the other cars vaporized. I also perfectly understand why anybody would feel that way, and I think it's really dangerous. But as with all of the human biases that I study, I think it's good to recognize them, exercise them safely, and manage them. So I have no problem with anybody playing a video game where they purge all the riffraff. I just don't think it's a safe way or appropriate way for us to deal with reality.